What is up, everybody? We back. What's up against the ropes? What's poppin'? You DM me, didn't you? Or you sent me something, right? Yeah, I think you did. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? How are we doing this evening? Big weekend of fights. We just missed. What's up, SM? Yes, my daughter's stuffy, so whatever. Oh, so what's poppin'? Big weekend of fights. Clips of my last fight in June. I didn't watch it yet, but I will. I had a lot of messages I got to go through, but I will. I will definitely peep that. That's your last fight. I'll check it. I shall check it. SM, what's going on? Big weekend of fights. Exciting fights. Very exciting fights. Tszyu should have got stopped. Yes, Tszyu should have got stopped within the first 4 rounds. As you guys know, not gonna do trivia tonight, but all right. Sup, stop. How you doing? Yeah, the Tszyu fight should have got stopped. I agree wholeheartedly with that one, but it did not. And whose fault is that? Well, kind of a mix between the corner and the ringside doctor. Hold on. Okay. Yep. All right. Should have went no contest. Exactly. That's right. Thus, should have gone no contest. All his corner had to do was just be like, my dude can't see. He can't see. Then the ref goes over. The doctor comes in, says, you can't see. He says, no. Doctor says, no contest. But then, Amazon Prime's first big show comes to a screeching halt after only, 2 rounds? And maybe people didn't want to do that. I'm not saying it's right, but maybe that's what was going on too. Hope you had a good Easter, bro. Word up. I had a good Easter. Just chilled. Kids went to my mother-in-law's, actually. So just me and the wife chilled for Easter. No kids this year, but they're back now. So it was absolute bull crapples. Now Tszyu going to have to go back to Australia when he should have been fighting Crawford or Spence, even though he saved the pay-per-view. Well, yes, and a lot of people think that Tszyu was winning the fight for the first, whatever it was, 2 rounds before the cut came in. I wouldn't say he was whooping on Fundora. I mean, he was clipping him with some straight rights, but it wasn't whooping his ass. Fundora beat Tim easily. No need for a rematch. All right. Stop motion be trolling. I've learned, and since he's 15, it's all right. But he definitely trolls. I don't believe he really believes that. But the rematch won't happen. I was on today with Fundora's promoter, I guess, Samson, and he made it clear that they're going to go and do what's the best, what makes the most sense, literally the most sense financially, which is go for Errol. Errol not only is the most lucrative option, but definitely the least risky option between him and Bud. What a low. Does Terry Norris beat all of today's? I don't know about Bud, but the rest of them, yes. Bud could, because Terry was susceptible to that one punch getting clicked, and Bud's the dude to find that punch, place it, and take care of business. But the rest of them, he beats, yes. Maybe not Bud, though. I'm dead serious. No need for a rematch. I don't want the rematch either, but it's, it kind of was an unfair fight. What's good, soul? Just let your soul glow. Let it up so silky smooth. What's up, Legacy? What's poppin'? What's popping? Terry had a glass jaw. Nah, yes, yes, and no, because he took a bunch of good shots too. But yeah, his jaw was yeah. And if Bud landed one of those short, crisp, perfectly timed shots. I've interviewed Terry though. I don't know if you've seen it on my page. Cool dude. He was beating Fundora and slipping his jabs easily before the vision got blinded. I wouldn't say easily, but he was winning. But it was, you know, it wasn't a blowout victory. It's only 2 rounds. What's up, Legacy? What's going on? Yeah, I wouldn't say. By the way, please hit the like button, guys. Please hit that like, thumbs up, whatever you want to call it. We'll see how many peoples we get in here tonight. I hadn't gone live in a few days, as you guys know. I had some personal stuff I've been doing, working, this, that, and then also Saturday night I went with live with Blue Blood. And we were calling the fights, and I want to talk about the Rolly and Pitbull fight. Though, did any of you guys see the video I dropped today about Rolly and Pitbull, the short? What's up, Harvey? What's popping? Yeah, if anybody saw the video I dropped, put a 1 in the chat. Matter of fact, if anybody saw any, I dropped a couple videos today. If you saw any of them, let me know in the chat. Tell me which one you saw. You've seen the video, okay? And it was true. It was a very, he caught him with a very classic Pitbull. That is a very classic move. I never did that move. Weirdly enough, I was never taught that move, and I probably would have been good with that move because I had very good reflexes. I learned that move later on in life. I watched all the way. It was good. Thank you. Appreciate you, Seth. People are saying Fundora adjusted by jabbing, even though he was doing it from the start and Tszyu was slipping them. Here's one thing Tszyu was doing wrong, guys. If you notice, Tszyu was evading some of the punches by leaning back like this, but going kind of all the way back. Now, when you're 9 inches shorter, you do not lean straight back or at a slight angle. You go underneath the punches of a taller dude. So that's the one thing I didn't like Tszyu was doing. He was getting clipped with those straight lefts because he was leaning, he was going backwards as opposed to going under the punch. You don't go like this. You don't go like this. You go under the punch. What 3 multi-division fighters from the past you could bring back today in their prime, and what division would you place them in? Oh, damn. That's, Lo, that's something we got to chop it up maybe in person or just you and me. That's a very detailed question. That would take me some thinking. I don't know. I love Prince Nassim. I love Terry Norris that you just mentioned. I love Roy Jones. Those are my 3 dudes I love watching back in my time. Pitbull had Rolly running. He sure did. He sure did. That first shot Pitbull landed, that first counter punch, it was a wrap. Rolly's like, I'm not getting hit with that again. Nope. They start holding. Excellent refereeing, by the way. We didn't talk about this enough. The ref did an excellent job at warning him, taking the point away. He forced, if it wasn't for that great reffing, there wouldn't have been a knockout. Rolly would have held him and ran the whole fight. What's up, Yayan Bot? Fundora and Crawford, who you got? Crawford. Absolutely Crawford. Marco going under the punch could be worse than moving back if you catch an uppercut out of nowhere. Well, no. When you go under the punch, I'm talking going to the side, go under to the side, and then you end up close, not just going straight down with your head. And also, you're right. An uppercut is a little more susceptible, but the majority of punches are not uppercuts. So the majority of punches are straights or hooks, and that when you lean back, you're completely susceptible for them. The one punch you're right, is the uppercut. But the way you defend that is you go forward to the side a little, so because the uppercuts come straight down the middle. But you're right. You can't move perfectly away from every single punch. Rolly was one of my favorite fighters, but he is not disciplined and doesn't take the boxing seriously. Hopefully he wakes up and wants to achieve his goals. That wasn't one of my favorite fighters. Very hard puncher and very awkward, which could give people problems, but very limited. Very limited offensively, Rolly. And defensively, really. Even more limited defensively we saw than offensively. Like Canelo and Claude Saunders. Yes. But that was a little different. That wasn't Saunders trying to go under the punch. I think they were in the clinch, and he broke from the clinch and threw the uppercut. But yeah, uppercuts can land, but there's no perfect movement where you can't get hit with anything. You want to do the movements that keep you less susceptible to the majority of punches, and that would be going under. And this is more of a height thing. If they were the same height, moving back isn't that big. Isn't it's good. Shakur does moving back a couple inches beautifully, but if he's in there against somebody 9 inches taller, no. This is more of a how you adjust to somebody taller. Rolly needs to lock in. He needs to unlock the target and start working there. Boom, boom. Nah, I mean, I'm not gonna diss Rolly, even though he's kind of personally. We had some exchanges. He was a little rude to me, but whatever. We don't really know each other, so whatever. Anybody with skills gonna beat Rolly. That's a fact. Yeah. Rolly might get one more. I think what's gonna happen is this. I think Ryan gets outboxed, and then Rolly and Ryan fight, and then that'll be the last big payday and the last fight of notoriety for Rolly. He'll then go into like ESPN cards, and then drop down to like Nickelodeon cards, and then just be fighting on street beefs in backyards. Ryan has enough skill and excitement, and to where he could maybe won't beat the elite dudes, but he'll beat the upper middle dudes. So he'll continue with a career. But Rolly, he only has about one more fight left in him, in terms of being on the big stage. I think, unless he wins, and then favorite fight of Roy Jones. A couple. Vinny Pazienza was one of the most beautiful displays of a violent, brutal beating you've ever seen. Brian Brannon, that fight was dope. And the one I think was Eric Harding was pretty dope. Rolly waited too late to get into boxing. His career path was basically gifted. Others trained. Yeah, but waiting too late doesn't always mean you're not going to be successful. But it's I get what you're saying. I'm saying Rolly run never really over. Maybe not. Rolly needs to work on his skills. New trainer. He just has a new whatever. Ryan and Rolly both just don't have what it takes to be. Yeah, they don't. Now look, we're not at April 20th yet, so you never know. If Ryan beats Haney, then we're all changing our tune, completely changing our tune, tuning up the guitar and playing something different, including me. Now that's unlikely, really unlikely that he's going to beat Haney, but you never know. I'm a firm believer of like the most confident I've gotten in a fight prediction as of late was like Pitbull versus Rolly, which I had about, I don't know, 70-30 or 35-65. I know that there's always a chance. You're never going to see me be like, no way. And by the way, the few times in my life that I said no way, I'll give you an example. Tyson versus Holyfield. Another example. Fury versus Ngannou. The 2 times I said no way, look what happens. So it's boxing. You feel me? Pitbull. Once Pitbull. Wait, what did you say? Hold on. You guys are going too fast for me. Ryan needs God on his side. Yep, he sure does. Once Pitbull rush in, Rolly's power. It was a rat. Pitbull's got that Jake LaMotta head. Pitbull has the first combo Pitbull threw. You guys remember this? Literally, first round, ding ding, and he goes out and he throws, and there's this crazy hard shot that whizzes right by Rolly, misses him, but it whizzes by him. I think all of us were like, "Ooh, if those land, night." Frank Martin started at 17. Yeah, exactly. You could start late and be successful. You're right. I just rewatched that Canelo uppercut to Saunders, and Saunders did move forward to the side when he ducked, but he still got caught because his guard was exposed due to him being a counter. He did move forward to the side. Right. Well, I'm right with what though? Like moving forward to the side will get you out of the way. But if that's the case, you're saying he got hit with it. I'm confused. Oh, it was a counter shot. Right. Yeah, okay. I think I know what you mean. Counters can leave you exposed because it takes the same time to bring back your guard. Yeah. Yep. What up, Cam? Killer Cam, Killer Cam, Killer Cam Cam. You guys know that song by Cameron? Killer Cam? Oh, you're named after Cameron, right? You said your mom's. And you're from the Bronx? Something like that. Somewhere around here. How was Rolly rude to you? Just talking kind of rude in messages back and forth. Not like crazy, not like go F myself and I'm a punk, nothing like that, but just kind of just more arrogant than rude. But they're kind of the same thing. But it wasn't anything crazy. Again, we've never met in person. We just messaged. Favorite fight off Tank Davis? Who was it? I mean, the most craziest knockout had to be Santa Cruz. The most impressive fight, maybe Barrios, because that was a rough fight for him. That was a struggle. That was an uphill battle. He was losing, and he just took him out. And Frank Martin's from Indiana, and it ain't no gyms here. Oh, you're in Indiana? Yinebot? He's from Indiana? Is he? I was wondering where he's from. Yeah, not that many dudes from out here. I feel like this is one of the toughest cities in the world, and not that many fighters. I mean, there's been a few, like Zab and Briggs and Riddick Bowe, but not like a lot, considering there's so many more people here and in like California. I'm from Atlanta, raised mostly in Miami. Okay, well, but you were named after Cameron, right? Your mom's named after Cameron. You did say that, right? Frank from Detroit. So why are you saying Indiana? What the hell's going on? I don't think he's from Detroit. I don't think Frank Martin's from Detroit. He might have been born there, but I don't think he grew up there. But I could be wrong. He grew up in Detroit. Oh, so he was born in Indiana probably, but he grew up in Detroit? Is that what's happening? Okay. Then he's from Detroit. I hate when people try and say Errol Spence is from New York or Tszyu's from New York. No disrespect to Spence or Tszyu. I love both of them, but they did not grow up here. Hence, they're not from here. They don't have any of the culture from here. Spence is a total Southern boy. You can hear it in the way he talks, the way he dresses, everything. Tszyu's a Florida dude. Yes, sir. Yeah, Cameron's a dope MC. Good baller too, apparently. Yeah, the Pitbull fight to me I felt bad for Rolly. And did you guys see how straight up rude Caleb Plant's wife was interviewing him? Like mad, insensitive, and rude. Like, yeah, you just got laid out. You're talking all this game, and like, and your skills just weren't good enough, and you got knocked out, and you got stopped, even though you said you were training hard. How do you feel about that? It's like, what are you doing? Like, your husband's a fighter. Why would you talk like that to a fighter? Maybe she has some beef with him, and if that's the case, that's mad unprofessional. I didn't like that. I don't like when fighters even Rolly, who I know he talks a lot, brings it upon himself. I don't like that. If it's another fighter talking to him, that's one thing, because we've both been through this. But when it's somebody who's never even fought doing that, and especially somebody like a female, like that's like, he can't yell at her or curse at her. He just has to kind of just take it. It's like almost bullying him. And he was already half glazed from the beating. And again, Rolly has been mean to me, and I'm not a huge fan, but that was rude, I think. How important is to develop parrying techniques? Very important. Very important. Parrying, moving your head is the most important. I like that better than blocking, because blocking takes a lot out of you. Parrying is a little easier because you hit the hand, but you have to counter right away. I have a video up from one of my amateur fights where you guys see sparring, actually, where I parry jabs, and in that I parry and I throw jabs, and I parry and I throw straight rights, and it's very effective because you temporarily freeze the opponent when you hit their hand away. You hit their hand away, and as you hit it away, you come over the top with the other hand because his hand's already going down, and boom, there's nothing they could really do. Bro, PBC getting random people to do interview. Nah, she's a journalist. Caleb Plant's wife I forget her, Jordan Plant, that's her name. She's a journalist. She's not a random person. Really tried to take the mic from her. Yeah, Plant wife wouldn't like that if it was, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm surprised. But look, Tim Bradley craps all over fighters, and he was a fighter at the highest level. Sometimes people are just like that for whatever reason. People in the business, in the industry, people who have walked the walk, talked the talk, sometimes they're just like that. I don't know. What up, Mexican G? What's popping? Yeah, but I didn't like that, and I felt bad for Rolly, man. His eyes were glazed, like a glazed donut in his eyes. I mean, it was almost funny because he was just like, but then it wasn't funny because you felt bad for him, and then you had her. Like I didn't know if it was all glazed from the beating he just took, or if it was a mix of him just like almost getting annoyed at how she's talking to him, but he didn't know how like it caught him off guard, or a mix of both, or I don't know what it was. You guys saw that though? I personally can't stand Tim Bradley. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his interviewing. At times, sometimes he's great. Rolly, he say a Crawford, he was ugly. What? Rolly, he say Crawford, he was ugly. He said, are you trying to say that Rolly? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Seth be letting his autocorrect just go wild on his phone or his computer. Just it goes wild and he doesn't correct it. You know, some people will reread it. He'll just be like, "Let me send this. Send." I'll do that sometimes where I'll send it to somebody just to mess with them because he'll say some weird, crazy stuff. Just want to get a reaction. They'll be like, "What?" That's what I think Seth does to me. um, what was the other fights that were on? It was Crawford's. It was not Crawford. It was the Rolly. There was one more. I personally like Rolly. Hope he can bounce back. He got the personality to be it. He got a personality to be a star in boxing. Well, he kind of is a star already in boxing. But here's the problem: antics and charisma. Even though he doesn't really have charisma, he has antics. Can only take you so far. Once you don't have the talent to back it, people get they lose interest quickly, and that's what we're gonna see. The Lara fight, yeah, Lara won too, right? Lara's old ass knocked somebody out, right? Lara's like my age or younger, but in his 40s, right? That was impressive. Arislandi Lara. I respect you. The Mexican G. He respects you. Lara crushed dude so fast, I forgot. Yeah, I know. Stretched him. That was good, though. And the broadcast, it was Amazon Prime's first broadcast. It was pretty smooth. It was pretty smooth. Went pretty smooth. Good quality. The stream was good quality. Except for Homegirl kind of crapping all over Rolly, the announcing, everything, the online personalities or whatever you want to call them, on air personalities were good. So Vaughn, what's crack-a-lacking? Lara broke a world record. What was a world record? Exactly. Rolly, he said Terence Crawford, he was ugly. Okay. Respect right back at ya. Errol Spence a clown. Why? Because he looked like he was a heavyweight? What up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey D. Rowan. Is that how you pronounce it? Garcia about to be in the same mix with Rolly. You just got in here, Jeffrey, but I said after Garcia loses to Haney, him and Rolly, that'll be probably the last fight that Rolly has in any kind of a spotlight. Then he's quickly after loses that one, which I think he probably will, goes down to fighting on Nickelodeon. Then he begins fighting in backyards. And then that's it for Rolly. Difference is Rolly will prove to be more sellable over time. I don't think so. Antics are only sellable, I just said this, if there's skill and victories behind it. At first, antics will sell even if you can't fight, but eventually, nobody cares anymore. Most people call Lara Laura. I don't get it. Isn't Laura a female's name? Nah, I mean, they just can't pronounce it. Sounds disrespectful. I don't think they're trying to be disrespectful, but he's trying to get a title shot. Who is? Spence? Yeah. He's trying to get a title shot. And you know what? I don't blame him. He's like, I'm not fighting Spence because I'm not fighting Crawford because that didn't work out too well the first time. Let's try to fight somebody else. A little easier. People love foolery. Garcia isn't a fighter. He's acting one at this point, in my opinion. Why would you think Garcia's not a fighter, though? Garcia has a deep, accomplished amateur career. And when you see him fight, he's great. I mean, he has shortcomings in terms of developing his right hand and certain things, but that's also looks worse because his left hand is so exceptional that when you look at his right hand, you're like, huh? I think he's a fighter. He's just not. The question is this: his boxing skill does not match his level of fame. That's true, just like Jake Paul. But the difference is Garcia is a real fighter with a real background. Mr. Jannard Hill, Marco, do you think Rolly and Ryan would be good for DAZN? Yeah, that'd be a good one. Salute, salute, salute. Jannard Hill's in the house. Everybody's saluting you. But that'll be next. But still, we got to wait till the 20th. I'm actually waiting on my press passes. Because if I don't get press passes, there's no way out of principle that I'm paying $1,400 to go to the Haney fight. Because you guys know I live in Brooklyn. But I'm not doing that. I'd rather, nah. But I might get press passes. I think I could get press passes from a couple areas. So I might do that. And then I don't know where they seat you or whatever, but whatever. Ryan definitely a fighter, just with skill, not exactly. Garcia does have a deep amateur background, but he's finding it easier to play the part. Nah, man, he's playing the part because that's what you see. But you also see, man, he's in the gym. He's putting all the work in. Like, I know people close to him. I know his trainer, Derek James. He's putting the work in for sure. So he's not playing the part of a boxer. He's playing another part of a child molesting advocate or whatever, and maybe that's real. Maybe he really believes in that. I don't know. But I don't think he's playing the part. Now, he's not the most skilled boxer as of yet. All-around skill. He has a tremendous left hook. One of the best I've ever seen. Rolly is a D rider. He said Errol Spence Jr. could beat him. Yeah. The prices went down. They're still not acceptable for me. Yeah, the Garcia does look big, Jeffrey. You're right. I was thinking that. And not like jacked, like you just eating a little more. Yeah, there's no way that's 140 for him. He's probably a good 10, 15 pounds over now. The Mexican G, what do you think? Speak of being a counterpuncher with fast empire. I don't see any other in the arsenal. Vaco, what up? Haney by TKO. I don't know if he's going to TKO him, Vaco, but I think he's definitely going to outbox him. Knock his socks off. Again, anybody with skill beating Ryan. Ryan has a lot of potential if he could just develop a sharp jab. He doesn't need a sharp jab. He has a really sharp jab, Mexican. He needs his right hand. His straight right and his overhand, his chopping right needs to be developed. Everyone ducking Shakur. Yeah, I mean, you blame him? Legacy defined LS, salute to you. What up? He got a mean left hook. One of the best I've ever seen. What's up, Ray? My man, Ray. What I see you in? Were you in the live stream that I was in with Blue? Is that where I just saw you? For the Rolly fight? I think that's where I saw you, right, Ray? Ray got that. What are they called? God, I'm blanking right now. It'd be funny if I remembered it. Jodeci. He got that Jodeci smooth shit going on in his picture. Good for you. On your free time. What's up, Teach? My man, Teach the OG. Claymore was cracking. Claymore, that's my man right there. We were doing Claymore was in the stream with me for the Rolly fight and not the Rolly actually. We came in after that, right? Just for the main event. Tim Tszyu. Garcia still hasn't made 140 yet in a fight. His last fight was at a catch weight. What was his last fight at, Claymore? Was it over 140? Because he looks heavier now. My guy Shakur fighting a bum, shaking my head, but nobody else. Who's he fighting again, Shakur? Is it announced who he's fighting, like for sure? Yes, on Blue when I co-host with Claymore. Oh, snap. All right, dope. What do you guys have your own show, you and Claymore? Invite me on it. If you have your own show. It's messed up. You don't invite the kid? Bivol versus Better BF. I got Better BF by what he's done every time he's ever stepped in a professional ring. Stoppage. I'm kind of hoping to. Bivol, I'll be honest, skilled, bores me. Artem is not a bum. Shakur not a bum. Okay. The dude from Martin beat. Why don't you fight him? What do you guys talk about? Behave, you two. Marco, do you favor punchers? Yes. Well, what do you mean by favor? do I think that they'll beat non-punchers, or do I like watching them? Because I don't favor them to beat anybody specific, but I do like watching them. There's something about a fight where you know instantly that nobody's going down and getting hurt. Let's be honest, even at the highest level technical boxing, like Haney versus Loma, when you knew nobody's getting hurt, a little boring. A little boring. Killer Cam. I got the same thing, but it's with my left. It's with my left that I have to develop. I'm a southpaw, but throw a look. Cam, you fight? You might have told me this, guys. I talked to a lot of people, so nothing personal. I just don't remember. So refresh me. If you fight, tell me yes. Like, do you actually do fights, amateur fights, or just in sparring, or what? Or just hit the bag? And no judgment. It's cool if you don't fight. Ryan, wait, you said that your left hand had to develop. Yeah, because it's your left hand, so it's your strong hand you got to develop. Okay, that's weird. Usually your weak hand you got to develop. Ryan should hook off a jab. Yep, he should. I'm sure he can. Artemis, last guy who fought Frank Martin. Technique is everything. Send me your email address, Marco. Just hit me on Instagram, and we'll go from there. Let me know when you want me on. I appreciate you. That'll be fun. Ryan, YouTube, Pitbull Cruz versus Edwin De Los Santos. Boring. De Los Santos is boring. Let's not forget, it wasn't just Shakur that made it boring. It was De Los Santos too. But I don't know. Del Santos would make that boring and stay away, and I'm not sure who'd win that one. I probably have to lean towards Pitbull, but I don't know. Nobody wants to watch boxing 12 rounds. We want knockouts. Yep. Amateur AD. Dope. What's AD mean? See, you young guys with your, I don't know if you're young. Are you young? Can't tell. You look young with your abbreviations. What's AD mean? Bivol and Beterbiev, is there a rematch? I don't know. They're not even officially fighting yet. They haven't announced it, nothing. Taekwondo. I started doing Taekwondo when I was like 9. That was the first thing I did. I did for like a year or two, and then I stopped and went to boxing. Send via Instagram so I can send over. I am group coming up tonight. Send it via Instagram so I can send it over. Yeah, well, just hit me on Instagram now, please, and just say, yo, give me your email. So it's an unread message, and I because I get a lot of messages. So this way, yours will be unread, and I'll just go right to it. Nah, it's not bothering me. I do favor skills, to be honest, but okay. You guys talking to each other? Stop talking to each other. What's up, Casanova? If you're gonna talk to each other, let's keep it peaceful and civil and boxing. We'll start arguing with each other. I fight 2 undefeated. I fight. Do you see Pitbull beating any of the? Yes, I do. He could beat Subriel. I'm not saying he will. He could. He could beat Tszyu. I think the boxers, Haney and Shakur, he's less likely to beat because, Pitbull's his weakness is his footwork. He's a little slow with his feet, and he's predictable. He's very predictable. What up, Marco? What up, D Rich? Stuck to my guns, and Fundora came through. Yeah, he did, but come on, D Rich. Come on, D Rich. D Rich. Come on. That cut wasn't there. We both know that fight would have ended up differently. Just saying. Homeboy barely won with that. And I gave it to Fundora by a little bit, but you could argue he even lost. And without that cut, can I'm 48. Damn. Yeah, you see a little gray in your beard now. So you're older than me by 1 year. Carmel versus Inoue. Inoue's to experience right now. Down the line, who knows? Ryan fought at 143, couldn't make weight. Okay, well then, he might have a problem with this. On this stage, though, I feel like he'll, for a belt, I feel like he'll make weight. Never told you I fought, but yeah, I stay in Mexico right now, and I fight in this small boxing gym. Yo, I used to fight amateur in Arizona, right? I was on the University of Arizona boxing team, and then after that team, I continued my amateur career, and I used to spar all the Mexican Americans, man, the gangbangers, all that stuff, and those dudes could fight. That was a different kind of boxing education I got that I could never get out here in New York ever. So it was dope. Shout out to Zerto. Word up. I would take Tszyu versus Pitbull. Yeah, I probably would too, but I'm saying Pitbull has a chance. That's what I'm saying. Not that he'll win. Do you like Bruce Lee? Not really. I don't not like him. Bodied by Bivol. Claymore and I going live soon, 10:45. Oh, tonight I did boxing, taekwondo, judo, not in that order. Send me the link. Maybe I'll jump in tonight for a little bit. I'll be done here around that time. Well, not 10:45, but I'm not staying on too much longer here. Dope, man. In the military? All right. I don't think Pitbull beats any of the top 140s. He's a tough ender. Yeah, you could have a point there, Mexican G. Big shout to my man Ray Davis with the silky smooth, genuine profile. Man. Nah, I appreciate you, man. Dropping 2 bones on me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm jealous. I wish. I bet you, Ray, you probably got a full head of hair under there, don't you? Bastard. Marco, in your opinion, what up, Brandon? In your opinion, is Bud a big draw? I'm personally tired of hearing he not when big draw. No. Well, this is all relative. What's a big draw to you? He can't draw like Canelo or Tank or even Errol. He's maybe the you got Canelo and Tank, top draws, and Ryan and Jake Paul, right? Then you got second level, Errol, guys like Fury, Anthony Joshua. And then you got the third level, guys like Bud. So he's still he's the third from the highest, which is still good. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull is like a Mexican version of Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana was more awkward and more unpredictable and faster. And I think might have hit harder and had those looping punches that came from behind his back and like parachuted in on dudes. Marco go to Turkey. I actually looked into that. Weirdly enough, I did for the hair, but I don't really, I don't care. Like, I don't really care. If it was a sure thing, I would consider it, but they would look goofy. Like even you guys know me now. What if I just pop in one day and I got a full head of wavy hair? I look goofy as hell. Real goofy. And I hear it doesn't always work and you got to take finasteride. Like you got to take pills the rest of your life for the rest of your hair not to fall out. And I don't want to take all those pills. It's not that deep for me. But I did consider it. Hair transplants can be dangerous. Yep, there you go. Exactly. And then I'll look goofy with weird spots all over. Nah. It's not if I'm like 25, right? I'm trying to still find a wife or whatever it is. Now, if I'm younger, maybe it matters more. But like, I'm past all that. Big draw different than best boxer. That's true. That's not a casual conversation, Vaughn. You shouldn't say that. There is a difference, but it's not casual. It's a real conversation. There's big draws. There's good boxers, and yeah, and they are different. Unfortunately, they shouldn't be different. The best boxers should be the biggest draws. This way, we would see the best fights, but it's just not. I'm sick. Maidana beat AB. Not me. Exactly. Broner was kind of that generation's version of Rolly. Like he talked, he wasn't that charismatic, talked a lot, was arrogant, disrespected people. And when he got beat, a lot of people were happy. Similar to Rolly, don't you think? Broner, remember that old math equation? Broner is to 90s, Broner is to 2000s boxing as Rolly is to 2020s boxing. Exactly. Fighting them has made me an aggressive fighter and outbox them pretty much every fight. Yep. You know what you do to challenge yourself, Cam? Cam, are you black, by the way? Just curious. Or what are you? Because I don't think you're Mexican, right? But anyway, you know what you do, though, to challenge yourself? By outboxing them, yes. But what I did, too, is I would stay in the pocket. Work on staying in the pocket with Mexican fighters. Then, if you could outbox them and stay in the pocket, that's everything. Nobody could come at you with anything that you can't handle. Errol not really a draw. Errol's a draw. What are you talking about? YouTube. I bet. DM me the link to join, and maybe I shall when I'm done here. There's the link. Can you DM it to me though? Because I'm on here, and then once I get off here, I lose all this. Get the likes. Yeah, please get the likes up. Please, please, please. AB had 1,000 times more skill, but yeah, yes, he did have more skill. You're right. Agreed. He did. But I don't want to talk about the skill. I was talking about the way he was perceived and how he acted. Yeah, no, you guys are both right. I was referring to their personalities outside the ring, not really inside the ring. know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. I'll try that. Yeah, I'm black. Try it. Work on it. Another thing too, when you fight, when you do all that running or boxing, it gets you way more tired and it drains you psychologically. And it gives your opponent. This is a I hope you take these gems that took me years to learn from lots of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears. Not only does it drain you, but it gives them the psychological edge. Even if you're like tagging them up, pop, 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 but you're constantly moving and they're chasing you, they're still getting pumped. They're getting amped. They're getting confidence, even if you're hitting them as you're moving because you're retreating. So it takes away their mental edge and it gives you the mental edge and it saves energy. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how much less energy and how much longer you can go. The gas tank stays full when you stay in the pocket and know how to do that comfortably. Do you like Andre Berto? Yeah, Andre Berto was dope. All right. Peace out, Ray. Blair Cobbs versus Broner. Yeah, man. I interviewed Cobbs on here. I think some of you guys were here. Yeah, that was dope. That was going to be a fun fight. Cobbs is more entertaining. He doesn't really disrespect people with his antics. Broner, more disrespectful, but he seems like he's grown up a little bit. So Rolly might go to welterweight. I mean, whatever. Rolly is, I was a fan of Rolly's until he was rude to me. Then also, you see just how limited his skills are. You know what I mean? So you can say stay in the pocket versus aggressive fighters. Well, it depends who you are. Like, I had a lot of speed and a lot of power, so I could do that. If you don't have the power, the speed, then you're just going to get eaten up. But ideally, you want to develop your power, your speed, and learn how to fight all ways. You don't want to just stay in the pocket because you get hit a lot. And if you're in, you want to be able to mix it up. With an aggressive fighter, do a little bit of both. Stay in the pocket, maybe most of the time. Said maybe 60, 70% stay in the pocket, or maybe even 50-50. Do both. A versatile fighter is a dangerous, successful fighter. You know what I'm saying? Who you like, Cobb or Broner? Cobb. I think Broner is a little past his prime, and I don't think Broner's head is into boxing anymore as much as it should be. So I got Blair Cobb's beating him. Cobb is very hungry, never been a champion, has kids to feed, never really made it in boxing. In terms of really being a champion, going to that high level, I think he's way hungrier. Broner's like a 4-time champion? I think Blair Cobb takes the W. Yep, me too. Me too, Mexicano G. Broner just fight for money. Seems that way, right? Seems that way, for real. And he's a talented dude. Like, don't get me wrong, but like we were saying, there's a lot of things have changed. Time makes a lot of changes, but I'm still taking Broner. All right, well, you can do that, and maybe you'll be right. I don't know if you guys have learned this about me yet, but I am not big on betting. Not betting, predicting. Like, I think it's silly when dudes predict and then if they get that wrong, they're like, "Oh, I told you." It's like, what do we have? Crystal balls? What are we, genies? Who cares? It's fun to talk about it, but if you get it right, yeah, it's fun. It's a good feeling to get something right. Don't get me wrong, but get it wrong, get it wrong. Like, boxing is very unpredictable. Unless you say something really silly, but even silly things have come true. Fury and Ngannou. You would have told me Ngannou would drop him and almost beat him. I would have laughed in your face, but you don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anything can happen. That's why I never laugh at anybody's prediction. Sometimes, sometimes I'll maybe chuckle a little, but I know that there's always a possibility. Rolly shouldn't disrespect you. He's a puss. Thank you. I agree. With which part? The predicting part? I wouldn't call a pro boxer a puss. Yeah, well, who do you call a puss? Fury is the most overrated heavyweight ever. You might end up being right. As of now, though, I can't deny or confirm that. Rolly has heart. He does. I'll give him that. He kept going. He does have heart. He showed heart, right? When this dude was all over him. I mean, like all over him. And he just took his beating like a man. You know, he looked defeated. Like, I think he knew he was going to lose, but he didn't give up. I bet nobody had Buster. You could say that 42-1 times, because those were the odds, and only. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna make that a question. I'm gonna make that a question. Hold on. Yep. I just got a question for later about that fight. Yeah, I have a pretty patient style. I wait for mistakes or wait for them. Yeah, patience good, but you also want to be aggressive too. You want to put pressure on your opponent. So you got to do a little bit of everything, like Bud does. Bud's a great example. You don't want to be just all counter punching. I would have made millions. I always bet the underdog. Yeah, well, millions. If you would have put in 100K, you would have made millions. Maybe even 10K. Yes, Rolly had the heart, but he has poor footwork and head movement. Yeah, he doesn't really have head movement, right? I don't really see much head movement. His footwork is definitely clumsy for schnizzles. Mad clumsy. I want to make. I was always more comfortable in the pocket. Felt like Vaughn, you fought. Felt like I could feel the fight better than see it. What was your? Briefly tell me in the chat. What was your amateur fights, pro fights, just sparring? What? Uh, yeah, you could feel you could I could see punch. I mean, yeah, you would being closer to, you can keep your head at a certain angle on the dude's chest or on the other side of his neck or his head where they can't hit you too. It's a way of keeping in safe range. And you can't really punch either, but without holding when you get in the pocket. That's true. You got a point there. You got a good point there, my man. Um, yeah, those fights were good though. The Rolly fight was. Did you guys hear the way the crowd went nuts when the Pitbull won? I was like, they must have busted in all the like. That was a lot of Mexican fans there, man. Wild. How would you rate Rolly's chin? Not great. No, not great. Not great at all. C, C plus, C minus, C, something like that. What up, Trill? What's cracking? Late tonight, but I tapped in, my guy. What's going on? Just chilling, Trill. Talking a little Rolly and Pitbull. Um, Talking a little Rolly and Pitbull and that whole thing. Oh, there he is. Dez is up in this biatch. What's up, Dez? Shout out to my guy. Hit that like button, fellas, please. I think Tank could have got Rolly out of there quicker than he did. Maybe. What up, Kalea? Kalea? Is that it? Kalea? I don't know if I'm saying that right. What's up? Yeah, he might have been able to get him out, but he was Rolly. It was a genius plan what Tank did. He was just building confidence. He was letting Rolly build confidence, so he knows he'll run right into something. Just like Rolly was be like, Tank's stupid, he'll run into something. He's stupid. It's like, okay, well, look what happened. Just trained. Good gym, though. Clarence Adams' dad on the gym. Who's Clarence Adams? Glad to see Pitbull get some shine. He grew up in poor Mexico. Now he's at thousands of people. Yeah. He has over 1 million followers now, too, I think, on IG or Twitter, one of those. I think Pitbull is going to be a target by the other champs. Yeah, he has a belt. Yep, for unification. And he might. That's a tough fight for anybody. Bones Adams. Oh, yeah, I know Bones Adams. I didn't know his name was Charles. I've interviewed Bones before. Bones. Crazy name. He was on the amateur team, I think, with my old partner, Jeremy. Jeremy Williams. Those of you who don't know who that is. 90s heavyweight. Good friend of mine, like a big brother. And we used to do this podcast. We used to do a podcast together before I broke free and do it alone. Tank gonna go up and take Pitbull's strap. I don't think Tank wants any part of Pitbull. No part of that. He been there, done that, barely. Nope. Yeah, Pitbull makes a lot of mistakes. Yeah, he does. How can Tank Davis beat Shakur? Uh, catch him with a shot and end it. I did spar an amateur from there. I can't remember his name, but I went 13 rounds with him and won. Okay, that's dope. Jeremy was a monster. Yep, he sure was. Yep. If he would have stayed at light heavy and cruiser, like what he naturally weighed, he would have been one of the greatest of all time in those divisions. You know damn well Tank gonna fight Pitbull. Nope, I don't think he is. Tank outboxing one. I still don't think he's gonna fight Pitbull. I mean, okay, if he goes up and he's trying to get strapped, maybe. But for now, from what I was just told by Coach Kenny, he's not going up. He's under 140 right now. Why would he go up? And he's a champion at 35. He's not going anywhere. Tank would fight. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. What up, band up? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? My name's with a K, not a C, but common mistake. Common mistake. All good. He not scared of Pitbull. I don't think he's scared of him. Just don't think he wants to fight him. Again, the operative word here, fellas, again. You already did something, and you did it victoriously, and it was really rough. Why do it again? Nothing to gain. You already beat him. What, a belt? Maybe. Yes, I agree, Trill. That'd be dope. Yeah, exactly, Des. He doesn't care for belts, really. You need Tank versus Shakur. It'll be boring. Shakur will be so cautious of getting hit with that power that it will be boring. I'm telling you guys. Bow ring for Schnibbles. Boring. Shakur is a great fighter, but he's not the most exciting fighter for me. I know his last fight, I think he was hurt, which makes sense because he's never been that lackluster. But Shakur needs 3 good performances before they fight. Nah, Tank's never been boring, but Shakur just showed us that he can make fights boring. You feel me? Cruz versus Matias is needed. Yeah, that'd be dope. Big shout to my man Band Up. Big shout. Hit me with that 2-piece. Appreciate you. And spelling the name right. Look at this. Worked out. Appreciate you, man. Who would you pick to win Pitbull versus Matias? Probably Matias because he's more technical and he could take a punch. I'd have to go with Matias. But that'd be a good fight. I want Tank versus Shakur, not as much. But yeah, exactly. Do you think EJ going to fight this year? Yeah, I think he's going to fight Fundora next, according to Fundora's promoter too. Yep. Well, you a Texas girl? I always prefer Gervonta versus Devin. Gervonta versus anybody is exciting, as somebody just said. But certain guys like Haney and Shakur can make it less exciting because they're going to keep it. Gervonta is exciting when he gets close. These guys are not going to let him get very close. So we're going to see what's crack-a-lacking at that point. If he can't get close, what could he do? You know what I mean? Errol don't deserve a title shot. Why? Because he lost one fight? Nah, man, he lost one fight. A unified he deserves a title shot. Yeah, he deserves it. Anybody at that level deserves it. Losing one fight doesn't throw you in the trash can. You know what I mean? Mr. 007, what's cracking? I never seen Matias fight yet. Ooh. But has he ever been rocked? You know what? I don't know the answer to that question. I've only seen clips of him, and I haven't seen him get rocked, I don't think. Somebody else in here, can you answer that? Has Matias been rocked or dropped? Boring or not, Shakur versus Davis is a fight that needs to happen. Yes, it does. So does Tank versus Devin. All 4 of the 4 horsemen should fight each other. Really, we should stop picking and choosing all of them. Those are the fights we need to see. Yep. Agreed. You gotta be trolling. Who's gotta be trolling? What you talking about? What you talking about? You be trolling. I think Matthias is the worst belt holder at 140. Yeah, you might have a point. Yeah, Matthias has been hurt multiple times and rocked. Not sure about dropped. Okay. Well, I saw that last fight where he fought that Russian dude who was punching harder than anybody I've seen in a long time, and it did nothing. You just walked right through him. Took a couple, made the dude tired. Dude didn't know what to do because he'd never landed flush on somebody and have him keep coming, and that was it. Chopped him down. Rolly fought for a title coming off 135. Might as well let Errol do it. Yep, exactly. How can he get a title shot after? Because he's one of the biggest names in boxing. That's what happens. I think EJ may need a tune-up first. Nah. When you're at that level, and you've been boxing that long, you don't need tune-ups when you have layoffs. That's such a misconception. You just need to get in the gym, prepare. It's like riding a bike. If anything, time off heals the body, puts less mileage on the brain, neurological damage, and heals your body and gets you hungry again for it. If anything, I disagree with that. Errol's a big welterweight. Will he be okay at 54? Probably. He just made 47, albeit difficultly. He made it. You know one of the dudes, Matthias beat. Yep, I do. It's sad. Max Dadishev, that was my boy, my man, Buddy McGirt was training him. Stopped the fight too. Stopped the fight, and he still passed because he saw what was happening. This is the problem with boxing. Guys come off ass beatings, getting title shots. I mean, you can't put a blanket statement on something like that. Some people deserve it, some people don't. It's all about that individual person's career, their career, the path that they've chosen, that they've taken. It's all different. Lomachenko fights Shakur Stevenson. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Shakur because Loma's old now, but I don't know. Loma has such great skill. Still, Crawford versus Fundora should be next. Should be, but they want to go the Errol Spence route. They want to make more money. And isn't something with the you guys know I don't pay attention to promotion, but aren't Fundora and Errol Spence promotionally under the same umbrella or whatever? Won't that fight be easier to make? I don't know. Yeah, he does need to rematch Tszyu, but that's not happening. Shubril is one of those fighters that when you fight him, you'll never possibly. Errol did look huge. Yeah, man. Looked big. He had that little Hitler mustache. Marco, I saw Rolly versus Pitbull. Okay. And? What's up, Moon? If he fights Errol, I'm praying he brutally knocks out Spence. Well, damn. See? Stop. You be trolling. You be trolling with your Google ready self. Yeah, we're gonna do the trivia soon because I am tired. What you guys think? What you guys think? Let's see. Okay. I'm not trolling. I hate Spence. Oh, okay. Well, some people don't like Spence fans. Some people don't like Bud fans. I'm not a fan of either. I just love boxing. So you think if Ryan loses this fight, he should fight Ryan? Right? You mean Rolly? If Ryan loses, he should fight Rolly? I assume you mean? And yes, the answer is yes. It's the only fight that's left for the two of them that'll draw any kind of attention. Marco, a fool. Google ready. He is. Did people want Errol to crawl under a rock after? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rolly. Rizzoli. Bro, who's the most boring fighter in boxing? Shakur, maybe? The most boring, like, big name fighter. Shakur, Haney can bore me sometimes. No disrespect, but trivia. You guys want to do this trivia? You guys want to pop off with this trivia? What do you think? Shakur is the most boring. Yep, I'm with you. I never cheated on trivia. Stop with this narrative. Okay, well, we're going to do the thing that we talked about where you go on video, keep your hands up here, almost like you're being pulled over by the cops. Keep your hands up and let us see and answer them. Then you'll get you'll be the undisputed lineal champion. Errol should definitely keep fighting, but come to a leapfrog a dude who not. It's not up to him though. Like, why wouldn't he try to do that? Don't guys shouldn't get annoyed at him. Get annoyed at the sport. Get annoyed at Fundora. Why wouldn't he go for the all the marbles? Hitchens is boring. Yep, agreed. Shakur is boring. Yep. Me personally, I wouldn't mind Spence Thurman. Yeah. Spence won't do that. There's nothing to gain fighting Thurman. Nothing to gain and a lot to lose. You know, Spence is looking for big money and some kind of a legacy. That dude. Yo, champ, I'm late. It was cool. I fell asleep a little bit. My kids liked it. Or my daughter didn't see it. I'm afraid if Boots keep waiting for a fight, he's gonna be like Andrade. Nah, Boots could. There's people at 47 he could fight. Or if he wants to put on his big boy pants in Philly. No, I'm not saying he's scared or anything. It's just whatever. But or if he wants to really test the waters, drop that title at 47 and climb on up to 54. And there is a plethora of very good elite fighters that he could build a serious legacy from fighting them. That's what he should do, Mr. Boots. I'd love to see that because what's left at 47? Stanionis? I mean, what's left? Nah, you got 54. You got Virgil. You got Bud. You got Errol. You got Fundora. You got Tszyu. 54 is the division now. Word life. Boots needs to build a legacy. Why? Why? For what? It's 7 pounds. Move up. That's what you can't really build a great legacy unless you have. I mean, you can if you can, but you build the best legacy when you have like fighters, elite fighters, legendary fighters, legacy carrying fighters that you fight throughout your career. That's how you build the best legacy. Like Ali did with Foreman, Frazier, like Sugar Ray with Hearns, Hagler, Duran. I feel like Boots and Haney are going to fight one day. It's possible. Virgil fears Boots. I don't know about that. He just got a belt via email. All right. All right, guys. Let's do the trivia. You ready? Hit me with some readies. Hit me with some readies. Hit me with some readies. Ready. All right, hit me with some more readies. Let's do this, mother lover. Let's do this, mother lover. All right. Those of you new, not many of you new, you know how the trivia works. 10 seconds, answer a question. Whoever pops up first on my feed, not on yours, on mine here. First correct answer that pops up is the person who gets the point. 3 points wins. Only one answer. If you give me 2 different answers, I only go with the first. And no cheating. Okay? No cheating. Stop. Excuse me. Got a cold. All right. Here we go. Ready? First one. Who is the second shortest reigning heavyweight champion in history? Shortest amount of time holding the belt. The second shortest, not the first, the second shortest reigning heavyweight champ. Go. 10 seconds. Second shortest reigning heavyweight champ in history. Holding the belt for this. No, it's holding the belt for the shortest amount of time. Second. Go. 5 seconds. I know he's going to get this one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, nobody got it. The answer is Ken Norton. But Charles Martin is the third. So, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, nah, Igmar Johansson, these guys, this dude held it for like 2 months and a little over 2 months. That's the shortest. Igmar Johansson, these other guys, it was short, but those guys were like, it was like a year for them. So they're short and then they're short. All right. Next one. Next one. This one is from what just happened. After how many rounds, in the case of an accidental headbutt or clash of heads or whatever, and there's a cut, after how many rounds does it go to the scorecards? Go. 10 seconds. How many rounds until they hit the scorecards in the case of an accidental headbutt? How many rounds have to be boxed? Boom. Trill got that first. Trill got that first. The answer is 4. The answer is 4. Okay. Let's Trill 1. Rest of you, Zippo. All right. Good. Good, good, good. All right. Here's another one. Here we go. When Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas in 1990, he was a huge underdog, Douglas. How many casinos were even placing bets on this fight? How many casinos in Vegas were actually even taking bets on this fight? Go. How many casinos, 10 seconds, took bets? How many casinos were you able to actually bet on the fight? Okay. And the answer is 1, which Jesus got quickly. Okay, Jesus 1. All right, Jesus 1, Trill 1. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Ready. At what age did Devin Haney turn professional? How old was Devin Haney when he turned pro? Go. What age was Devin Haney when he turned pro? 8 seconds. 7, 5. Boom. Oh no, Trash got that first. 15. Trash got 17 first. Okay. Trash got 17 first. We have 3 people at 1 point. Trash got it. First 2 answers were the age of 15, which were incorrect. First 3 said 15. All right. Okay. And he was 17. If you go look on his box rec and then you match it with the year he's born, you can also see that. You see that when his first fight was on box rec and match it with his date of birth, and you'll see they're 17. Okay. Here we go. All right, ready? Next one. How many times did the Raging Bull Jake LaMotta fight Sugar Ray Robinson? Go. How many times did Sugar Ray Robinson fight Jake LaMotta? Legendary fights. How many of them? 8 seconds. How many times did Jake fight Sugar Ray? Boom. Trill Savage got that one right quick. Trill, one more and you're the champion. 6 is correct. Got that Shizer mad quick with the quickness. My man. Yes, it was 6. Get out of here. It wasn't 6. It was 6. Oh, Lord, this kid. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Next one. At what weight did Artur Beterbiev fight in the amateurs? Go. At what weight did Arthur Beterbiev fight in the amateurs? 9 seconds. 7. Arthur Beterbiev in the amateurs. What weight? 6. Okay. And the winner is... Wait, nope. Jeffrey got it right before you. Jeffrey got it right before you. All right. Jeffrey won. Right before you. Heavyweight is the answer. Not super heavyweight. He fought at heavyweight in the amateurs. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right. Here we go. Ready? Next one. Here we go. What country besides Jamaica did Donovan Razor Ruddock represent? What country besides Jamaica did Razor Ruddock represent? Go. 90s heavyweight Donovan Razor Ruddock. What country besides Jamaica did he represent? Boom. Mad quick. L. Harvey nailed that. Good one. Okay. That's 1 point for Harvey. So now we got a whole bunch here. Canada is correct. France, you're wiling out. Okay. Good one. All right. I'm going to do another one. You guys ready? Ready to go? Hold on. I got to plug this in. Hold on a second. All right. There we go. Computer's about to die. All right. Here we go. Here we go. You guys ready? All right. We're going to do it. Where did legendary middleweight Marvin Hagler, what city and state did he fight out of? Did he fight out of? Meaning like when they introduced him in the fights. Go. Marvin Hagler, what city and state did he fight out of? Introduced. 8 seconds. 6 seconds. 5. Stop motion. Finally got one. Brockton, Mass is the correct answer. Stop motion finally is on the board. Okay. You guys see I'm coming a little easier? And by the way, I'm coming with these off the top of the dome. This is how I gets down. If I was facing you guys, first round knockouts. Every time. This is how I gets down. You can get me too with certain questions. I'm not a, don't get me wrong, but just saying. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Next one. Now, the answer can be 0, any number including 0 for this question. It could be 0. Don't forget, 0 is an option, any number. From the time when Joe Louis turned pro to when he lost the heavyweight title, right? And remember, he held the title for a long time. How many losses did Joe Louis have from the time he turned pro to this first, when he first lost the title? How many losses did he have in between that period? Before he lost the title, during the period of right before he lost the title, how many times did Joe Louis lose? Go. Yep. Stop motion got that one real fast. The answer is 1 to Max Schmeling. Well, now, just like that, Trill and Stop are tied. Trill and Stop are tied. Okay. Let's see. Trill and Stop are tied. All right, here we go. Here we go. What was legendary top 5 greatest fighter of all time, Willie Pep? What was his nickname in the ring? Go. Willie Pep's nickname in the ring. Go. 10 seconds. And as long as you come close enough to it, I'll accept it. 8 seconds. 7. 6. Boom. Jeffrey got. Oh no, wait, who got it first? Stop motion got it first. Damn, just beat you, Jeff. Just beat you. And stop motion wins. With that correct decision or answer, stop motion wins. Damn. He did it again. He did it again. Jeff came right after him, but stop came in first. This kid, he's 15 years old, by the way. Stop motion. Did it again. Stop. What is this? 6, 7-time champion? What are you now? 8? I mean, it's you're starting to do Joe Louis numbers here. What's going on? Yeah, it is a crazy comeback. Kid was down. You were down. Part of me thinks you're a smart kid, that you made yourself go down before you got Google ready, just to make us think like, oh, he's not Googling. And then you just put your foot down on that Google gas. We gotta do the hands-free. And why, guys? We keep saying this narrative with Stop is because he openly admitted, by his own admission, he started watching boxing like 2 years ago. To know all this, look, he could be a genius. It's impressive. Don't get me wrong, but we gotta see for sure. Because here, in the Marco Trivia Boxing, we take using PEDs seriously. And if this kid is going off and shooting himself up with that Googleness, you got to give up those belts. He'll get stripped. So we got to do it. Just saying. Just saying. Keep your nose clean, Stop. Keep your nose clean. Yeah, we got to do the VADA testing up in this piece. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. All right, guys. Nah, but good. That's a great comeback, though. Stop. That was a good comeback. It's fun. Hit the like button on the way out, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And stay off the roids. Stop. Peace.